Welcome to the Fantasy Forecast Fast Lane Show, previewing the Xfinity race at the Daytona Road Course. I am your host, the Coach Philip Kraft. This is our in-depth driver breakdown for the Xfinity race on Saturday, August 15th. There will also be a breakdown of the Cup race coming out today. I keep saying this, and I truly believe it. I am providing the best DFS NASCAR content out there that is not behind a paid subscription. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. That way you will be alerted every time I have a new video posted. I've also been doing baseball and will be providing NFL content coming soon. So what we know about the Daytona Road Course? Nothing. They have never run here. The Xfinity race cars, no experience here, no practice, nothing. The Cup cars, they have not run here, no practice, nothing. So what I've done is put together some of the most recent road course races for Xfinity and use those stats to give you and me the best edge of the competition as possible. We want to beat everybody else. Everybody else is going to be guessing. We're going to be using the best estimates as we can to get that edge over the competition and win some money today. Going to win some money today so we can play some more tomorrow for the Cup guys. That is my goal. So, if this is the first time you're watching this show, the breakdown is color-coded for easy reading, and you can download your breakdown from our Twitter account at DFS Fantasy, the number 4 cast. That's at DFS Fantasy 4 cast. So the colors are coded like this. Blue equals best, green equals good, yellow equals caution, and red equals fade. I make it very easy. I don't like fading in and out of colors. I want to be straightforward. Guys in blue are the guys that I really like. The guys in green, yeah, they're okay. Yellow, use a little caution. Yeah, they may be okay. Use a little caution. Red, don't play them. So let's get to it, shall we? My number one ranked driver for today is Chase Briscoe, coming in at 9,600. On road courses here recently, he has an average finish of 4th place. He's got one win. He finishes 67% in the top 5, 100% in the top 10 with no DNFs. He is by far my highest ranked driver. I will be loading up on some Chase Briscoe today. Then at number 2, we've got Noah Gragson coming in at 9,700. Also has an average finish of 4th. All right, so still looking good. He doesn't have any wins, but he has great finishes. He's on our scorecard. He is 2 points lower than Chase Briscoe. So still looking good there. Anybody in blue, they are one of the best plays. Then we got Justin Haley coming in at number 3 at 9,200. He has an average finish of 6th in road courses. All right, and no victories, but great finishes. He's also starting 5th. So these guys are starting up at the front. Chase Briscoe starting 2nd. Noah Gragson starting 3rd. Justin Haley starting 5th. When you're on a road course, and especially something that they're not used to, starting up at the front can be beneficial if you're good at staying there. As you can see, these guys are good at staying there. So I have no problem playing them, even though they're starting all the way up at the front. However, I probably won't have all 3 together in a lineup. I'll have maybe 1 or 2, and then I'm going to be looking for guys that can get me the differential points. That means they're starting further in the back, and they'll be able to move up. So we're going to look at that too. And that's going to be with the next guy, Justin Allgaier, who is starting 17th. He has an average finish of 10th on road courses. He comes at a little higher price tag at $10,600, but his differential points right there is a 7, which is in the blue, and we'll be looking for that also. And he definitely has the ability to win because he also has one victory on road courses here recently. Then we got AJ Allmendinger, who is the most expensive guy on the board, and for good reason. He is a road course guy. If there's going to be a road course as a Xfinity race, he's going to be in it. Sometimes they'll even get him in a Cup car to go run there. And he used to do very well in the Cup Series when he was a full-time driver. That was his bread and butter, were the road courses. So with Daytona road course being totally new to everybody, AJ Allmendinger is a veteran. He knows how to get around road courses. He is probably the safest play on the board. Maybe not as much upside as some of the other guys, but still a lot of upside. I do like AJ Allmendinger. However, he is high priced, but if you can fit him in, fit him in. Then we got somebody here a little bit cheaper. Andy Lawley at 8,800. He's starting in sixth place. He has an average finish of 7.5. He has finished in 50% of the time in the top five out of two road course races. So doing very well for two races and an average finish of 7.5 at 8,800. Yeah, that we want to be targeting Andy. Now we get to the ringer, somebody who does not run Xfinity races. Earl Bamber, I think that's how you say his last name. 9,900. As you can see here, there are no stats for him. But over here at rating, I have him rated as ringer. And for the scorecard, I put him at a 13 because I don't want to put him in a 0 because that gives the wrong impression of him because he is going to be a guy that can run these road courses. I believe he's from New Zealand, where he runs. Let's see, he races in a Porsche on basically road courses. That's all he does. He's starting 29th. There's a reason why he's pretty expensive at 9,900. They know he is a road course ringer. That 29th position is going to turn into at least a top 15, if not a top 10. He could even win it. I don't know. But it is very, very possible. Unless he wrecks, that 29 is going to change up, way up. So I do like some Earl Bamber. Jeremy Clements is next. Getting into the green. These are good plays. Jeremy Clements is at 8,500. He's starting 18th, but he has an average finish of 12.75. He does have a win on road courses recently out of 5 races. He finishes in the top 5, 20%, which is okay, 40% in the top 10, but 80% top 20. So if he's starting 18th and he has 80% of top 20 finishes, he's a pretty safe bet that he's not going to go backwards. He's either going to stay the same or he's going to move up. So I do like that play. It's a safe play, especially if you're playing 50-50s. That is a safe play. Then we get to Michael Annett at 7,400, starting in the 7th position. He has an average finish of 9th. No wins. The stats are okay. All right, they're pretty good. I may be going elsewhere since he is starting in the top 10. I don't see a lot of upside. I kind of feel like he's going to be moving backwards. So Michael Annett, where he's a good play, if you want to play him, I'm not going to talk you off of him, but I think I'm going to be more off of Michael Annett. Then we get Ross Chastain at 9,000, starting 4th, average finish 8th. I don't know what to do with Ross Chastain. He could very well contend for the lead. He could drop back. He's 9,000, starting 4th. I'm not a huge fan, and I don't think I'll have room to put him in because I like some other guys a little better at that price point. But he's not a bad play. Definitely not a bad play. Then we get to Austin Cindric, 11,000, starting 1st, average finish 10th. He does have one victory on road courses recently. Out of 5 races on road courses, he has 60% finish in the top 5. That is one of the tops. 60% finish in the top 10, 80% finish in the top 20. And he's also led an average race laps of 9.4. Total led laps is 47, which is tops on the board. So we're really not looking for a dominator here. There's just not much to dominate. I mean, with 47 laps led out of 5 races, total led up here, Chase Briscoe has the best average at 10.7. There's not a lot of points at dominator points, so point differential is going to be better, and where they actually place is going to be critical for your points today. So not a bad play. I'll probably be looking elsewhere. However, starting first on a road course, remember I said it's hard to pass. So if he's starting first, unless Chase Briscoe passes him right at the start, Austin Cindric could get up there and lead maybe 15 laps. That'll get you some points, but laps led are only 0.25 points per lap led. So 15 laps is not that much, but it is points. So if you want to go for it, go for it. Then we got Jade Buford, 7,500. Now this is a play that when I was doing the stats, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. He has an average finish of 17. So that gives a start finish difference of 15. Now you get 1 point for each place that you move up. So if he actually moves up 15 spots to his average, that's giving you 15 points on his score on top of the place that he would fit the points that he would finish at 17th. And at 17th, that would give you 27 points plus the 15. I'll be using some Jade Buford. He may even be in my main lineup. Then we got Alex Labby. All right. He's the only guy that got practice here. I don't think he was supposed to because he got in a little trouble, but it just got overturned. He's at 8,300, starting 16th, average finish of 12th. So that's 4 points in the place differential. And he's got some good stats. And they're not bad, but they're not the greatest. He's led some laps. I'm sorry. He led a lap out of 3 races on road courses. But yeah, I could play some Alex Labby. I don't know. It depends on if I have the money, because I like some of these guys up here, and then we've got to find some value. We've got a little value down here, so we'll get to that. Then here we go. Value. Kyle Weatherman, 5,900, starting 26, has an average finish of 18. There we go. There's some value right there to get some of those higher price guys. So out of 2 races, he's had 1 finish in the top 20. Okay. 26. I don't think he's going to be moving backwards. I think he's going to move up. He could get you a top 20 finish. If he finishes 18th at 5,900, he's paid off his price point. And that's going to allow you guys to put in some of these higher price guys. So I do like some Kyle Weatherman. Then Daniel Hemrick, starting 23rd. This guy was a Cup Series regular last year as a rookie. Then for lack of better words, he got demoted back to Xfinity. He hasn't been running a full Xfinity schedule, but this guy did excellent when he was a full Xfinity racer. So he's basically a year removed, and he's not a full-time guy. But when he does race at the Xfinity races this year, he has had exceptional finishes. So he's done very well for us. So I look for that 23rd place to move up to close to a top 10, if not a top 10. But he is expensive at 10,200. So use a little caution there. On the road courses here recently, he's had an average finish of 17.67. But I could see him finishing up higher than that, probably a 12th place finish. So you could do a lot worse than Daniel Hemrick. He's just so expensive, but I will be looking at that for my uh, differential points if I need it. Then we get Ryan Sieg, 6,400. He's starting in 8th place, but he has an average finish of 16.5. That tells me he's probably going to get passed. He could even possibly lose 10 spots, which is going to lose you 10 points on top of the place that he finishes. So, not a big fan of Ryan Sieg. I guess you could do worse. He could stay up there and finish in the top 10, but it doesn't look likely. If he was starting in the 20th position, and especially at that price, I would be a lot more interested. But I'm not as much interested at that price point. Then we got Preston. Pardon the dust. Pardust? I don't know. 7,700. Starting 12th. He has an average finish of 16th. Yeah, he's had 3 road course races here recently. Top 10% is 67%. Top 20 is also 67%. So 2 out of 3 races, he's finished in the top 10. He's led 7 laps. Okay, I'm interested. I don't know if he's going to move up that much from 12th. He could stay right around 12th, but definitely some interest there. Then we got Jesse Little, 5,300. Now another value play. He's starting 24th. He has an average finish of 23rd. He just got 1 top 20 out of 2 races. Now, I do look over here also at the DNS. That means did not finish. So the Blues, if they're in blue, that means they have finished all the road courses they've raced recently. And then when we get to the yellows, 33% they've crashed out or something's happened to the car. Red over here, 50% of the races. So pay attention to that too. But if they've only had 2 races and they've got a 50% DNF, they've only had 1 race that they have uh, wrecked out or car problems, something. But I still do look at that. That is important. Now let's look at BJ McLeod, 5,700, starting 33rd, average finish at a road course recently, 26. That gives us 7 differential points. But the negative to that is 0 top 20s. So use BJ McLeod with caution. At that price point, though, and starting back there in the back at 33rd, he could be a great value play that just gets you some points, moves up a few spots, gets you some safe points where you can load up on some more expensive guys that are going to really add up the points. That's where some of these cheaper guys come in that are in the green that are safer, cheaper guys. They're not going to be mind-blowing points getters. That's not what they're for. They're there to get you those guys that are going to maximize your points and get you that top score. So BJ McLeod does look like a decent play just for that. Then we get to Brandon Brown at 6,700, starting 13th, average finish 18th. Yeah, 2 top 20s. That's it. Not in love with Brandon Brown. And then we got Matt Snyder at 8,100, starting 27th. Ooh, all right. We got a guy that has decent potential, starting near the back. Now he's got 1 top 20 out of 2 races, so that's 50%. The other race he wrecked out. So that tells me 2 things. 1, he could wreck out. 2, if he hadn't wrecked out in that other race, he could have had another top 20 finish. That's for your gut to decide. Because I can't make that decision for you. There's just not enough stats for Xfinity. And no stats for this race. Josh Bilicki, 6,900, starting 19th, average finish 22nd. He's had 3 races on road course. He's actually led some laps. He's led 4 laps out of those 3 races with 1.3 led. Top 20 is 100%. Now we get to our yellow guy. So I'm going to scroll down here so you guys can see a little better. Chad Fincham, 6,000, starting 35th. Got an average finish of 29th. Points differential, 6th. However, 0 top 20s out of 2 races, and he's wrecked out 50% of the time. I would rather go up to like a BJ McLeod, who's $300 cheaper, going to save you money. Basically about the same, but I'd rather go for the savings. Then we got Joe Graff Jr. at 5,000, starting 25th. That's starting too far up for somebody that just doesn't have the stats. So don't like that play. Josh Williams, 6,700, 14th. That's going to be a negatory, too far up, just no upside. Harrison Burton, 8,700. Now, Harrison Burton is an excellent Xfinity race car driver. He's starting 14th, but he has not done very well on the road courses. He has an average finish of 22nd. So, he has an average finish of 21st. And I was looking at Josh Williams. I'm sorry. So Harrison Burton is at 8,700, starting 9th. Average finish, 21st on road courses. He does not have good stats here. On road courses. Nobody has stats here. I'm totally fading Harrison Burton. I don't like the play. He just doesn't do well on road courses. He's going to be attractive to other players that are not looking at the stats that we're looking at. Let them play him. Let them load up on him. He's going to finish back in 20th-something place. He's going to lose them points, and we're going to win the money. Don't play Harrison Burton. Brandon Jones, 7,900, starting 10th, average finish 27th. Same thing. Brandon Jones is a good driver. But road courses, I'm not going to play it. However, he is a better play than Harrison Burton, even though he's nearly $1,000 cheaper. He is a better play. He's got 1 top 10. He's got 3 top 20s. He's led a couple of laps. Better play, but starting in 10th place, I don't care for it as much. Then we got Mike Wallace at 4,600, starting 20th. No upside. No upside. Don't play that. Scott Heckert, 7,200, starting 30th. Okay, let's look at what we got. Average finish, 31st. And then we look over here at the stats, and really not a lot of upside. He's probably going to finish right there where he's starting. Now, Brandon Dovick, 9,400, starting 37th. He's an Xfinity racer, but he's a part-time racer. Really not much about this guy. I was just kind of did a quick look up before I came on the show, and I don't see really that much of why he is at 9,400. He's run some road courses in the past as a driver, but not anything recent in the Xfinity series. So you could play him 37. It's starting 37th. He's not going to lose you anything. Even if the dude wrecks out on the first lap, he's only going to fall back 1 spot. That's not going to lose you points. You're still going to actually have some positive points there. However, at 9,400, that's just too expensive for me. There is some upside for him, but I can't pull that trigger. If you guys want to pull that trigger and you're like, hey, I did it, coach. I pulled the trigger. He got me a top 10 finish. I beat you and I won the money. I'd be like, hey, great for you. Good call. Glad you had the guts to do it. I don't have the guts to pull that trigger. Now, Harold Crooms, 5,500. I'm not playing him. Matt Mills, 5,400, starting 36. I'm not playing him. Cody Vanderwall. I don't know why I had these guys in yellow. All these guys should be in red right here. I'm not playing any of these guys. That's my bad. I didn't double check that before I posted this on here. So Cody Vanderwall, not playing him. Steven Leck, not playing him. Tommy Joe Martin's not playing him. Riley Herbst, not playing him. Bailey Curry, not playing. Jeffrey Earnhardt, I am not playing him. So all these guys down here, I am not playing any of these guys. None of them. So happy lineup making. Good luck today. Thank you for watching the Fantasy Forecast Fast Lane Show Xfinity Edition. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay safe and stay cashing.